Stop everything. Right now. Silence your surroundings and listen with every ounce of attention you possess. Because what I'm about to expose in the next 20 minutes will not just shock you, it will completely demolish the foundation of trust you've been building your life upon. There is someone very close to you, someone you trust completely, someone you share your life with, someone you've given your heart to, who is living a double life. Behind the smiles, behind the I love yous, behind the everyday routine of normalcy, they are engaged in a secret affair. A sinful relationship. A hidden betrayal that's been happening right under your nose, sometimes in your own home, while you remain completely blind to the signs that were everywhere. But this betrayal is not just about the act itself. What makes this devastatingly worse, what will shake you to your core when the full truth is revealed, is the identity of the person they're having this affair with. Because by the end of this message, you will discover that their secret affair partner is not a stranger. It's not some random person they met at work or online. Their affair partner is your identity will be revealed at the perfect moment. The closeness of this betrayal will leave you breathless. The audacity of it will make you question everything you thought you knew about loyalty, about family, about the people you've let into your most intimate spaces. And the signs, oh, the signs have been there all along. You've sensed something. You've felt the distance. You've noticed the changes. But you dismissed your intuition, called yourself paranoid, chose trust over truth. Until now. Before we tear down the veil and expose this double betrayal, you must do 3 things immediately. Like this video right now to activate the spiritual courage you'll need to face what's about to be revealed. Subscribe and turn on all notifications because this level of truth requires continued support and guidance. Type "reveal the betrayal" in the comments, declare that you're ready for painful truth over comfortable lies. Stay until the final second because after the reveal, I will direct you to a second video exposing the recovery protocol, how to rebuild after double betrayal, the spiritual and emotional roadmap for surviving what feels unsurvivable. Section 1, The Anatomy of Hidden Betrayal. Let me describe what's been happening in your life, and you tell me if this sounds disturbingly familiar. There's been a shift. A change in energy. A distance that wasn't there before. The person you trust has become different. They're more protective of their phone than ever before, angling it away when texting, taking calls in another room, suddenly adding passwords or changing them without explanation. They've become more critical of you, picking fights over small things, finding fault where they used to find charm, creating conflict that gives them justification for emotional distance. The double life indicators. But here's what you might not have connected. There's another person who's also been acting strangely. Someone in your inner circle who used to be warm but has become awkward around you. Someone who avoids eye contact when they used to meet your gaze easily. Someone whose presence creates an uncomfortable tension you can't quite name. And these 2 people? They've been orbiting each other in ways you didn't think to question. They ask about each other. They defend each other. They happen to be in the same places at the same times. They have inside jokes you're not part of. They communicate with a familiarity that seemed innocent until you start really seeing it. The Quran warns us in Surah Honor, and do not approach unlawful sexual intercourse. Indeed, it is ever an immorality and as evil as a way. But these 2 have not just approached it, they've been living in it. And they've been doing it while looking you in the eyes, sitting at your table, participating in your life as if their hands are clean. The signs you dismissed. Your intuition has been screaming. You've noticed times when their stories didn't quite match up. Moments when they seemed too comfortable with each other. Instances when one defended the other with unusual intensity. Occasions when they both were unavailable at the same times. Changes in intimacy patterns, either sudden increase guilt compensation or decrease emotional investment elsewhere. New habits, preferences, or language they didn't have before absorbed from the affair partner. Unexplained expenses, time gaps, or mysterious errands. But every time your spirit raised an alarm, your mind shut it down. I'm being paranoid. I'm being insecure. I'm overthinking. They would never do this to me. You chose the comfort of denial over the pain of investigation. The spiritual disturbance. You've also felt something you couldn't articulate, a spiritual disturbance. When the three of you are together, there's a thickness in the atmosphere. An unspoken tension. A frequency of deception that your spirit detects even when your eyes don't see. You've had dreams that felt like warnings. Moments of unexplainable anxiety. A knowing in your gut that something is profoundly wrong. This wasn't anxiety disorder. This wasn't insecurity. This was your spirit picking up on the sin being committed against you, the covenant being broken, the trust being demolished in secret. If you've been feeling this unexplainable disturbance, type "My Spirit Knows" in the comments. Section 2, The 3 Undeniable Proofs. Now I'm going to give you 3 specific pieces of evidence that will confirm this betrayal is real, not imagined. These aren't speculations, these are patterns that always emerge when secret affairs are happening. Proof number 1, the overcompensation pattern. The person having the affair with someone in your inner circle will start overcompensating in specific ways. They become either excessively accusatory, suddenly they're the one questioning where you've been, who you've been talking to, what you're doing on your phone. This is projection. They're accusing you of what they're guilty of, deflecting suspicion from themselves. Overly affectionate in public. When all 3 of you are together, you, the cheater, and the affair partner, the cheater becomes demonstratively affectionate with you. Holding your hand, kissing you, calling you pet names. This performance serves 2 purposes: it throws you off the scent, and it's a power play in front of the affair partner, a reminder of who officially belongs to whom. Excessively generous, guilt manifests as gifts, surprises, unexpected kindness. They're trying to balance the cosmic scales, attempting to compensate for betrayal with material expressions of love. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught, "Beware of suspicion, for suspicion is the worst of false tales." But this is not false suspicion when backed by evidence. This is discernment recognizing deception. Proof number 2, the communication triangulation. Pay close attention to how communication flows between the 3 of you. In a normal situation, if person A, the affair partner, needs to communicate with person B, the cheater, and your person C, it would be direct, a contacts B directly. But in affair situations, there's triangulation. A sends messages to B through you, unnecessarily involving you in their communication. B talks about A constantly to you, keeping A present in the relationship even when absent physically. When all 3 are together, A and B communicate through glances, subtle gestures, coded language you're not meant to understand. There's also the championing pattern. B defends A to you aggressively. If you express any doubt or concern about A, B becomes A's lawyer, their protector, fighting for A's reputation with an intensity that's disproportionate. Why? Because any threat to A's standing in your life threatens their access to B. Proof number 3, the behavioral synchronization. This is the most revealing proof. When 2 people are intimately involved, they begin to synchronize in ways that are invisible to them but obvious to observers. They adopt similar speech patterns, phrases, or vocabulary. They reference the same music, shows, or content they've been consuming together. They have matching or complementary new purchases, clothes, accessories. They share inside knowledge about events or information neither should know from their supposed separate sources. They mirror each other's body language when together, crossing legs the same way, tilting heads similarly, unconsciously orienting toward each other. You've noticed some of these things but explained them away individually. But when you see them collectively, the pattern is undeniable. These two people have been spending extensive time together. They've been sharing life in ways they're hiding from you. If you're recognizing all three proofs with the same two people, type "I see the evidence" in the comments. Section 3, Why both betrayals cut deeper. Now let's go into the psychology and spiritual weight of why this particular betrayal, an affair between your trusted person and someone else in your inner circle, is uniquely devastating. The double trust violation. You're not dealing with one betrayal. You're dealing with two simultaneous betrayals from two different relationships you valued. One person broke romantic trust or marital covenant. The other person broke friendship trust, family loyalty, or social covenant. Both relationships you believed in. Both people you gave access to your life. Both turned that access into opportunity for betrayal. This creates what psychologists call complex trauma betrayal from multiple trusted sources that makes it difficult to trust anyone going forward. It's not just one bad apple, it's the revelation that your entire circle of trust was compromised. The intimacy theft. They haven't just been physically intimate. They've been sharing emotional intimacy that belonged to you. Inside jokes. Vulnerable conversations. Dreams and fears. Support and comfort. Everything you thought was exclusive to your relationship with each of them, they've been giving to each other behind your back. Every time you talked to one of them about the other, they already knew. They'd discussed it between themselves. They might have even laughed about your ignorance. You were the outsider in your own relationships, the one being discussed rather than included, the subject of their private conversations. The Quran teaches in Surah Al-Hujurat, "O you who have believed, avoid much negative assumption. Indeed, some assumption is sin. But your assumptions were not negative, they were trusting. And that trust was weaponized against you." The proximity pain. What makes this unbearable is the proximity. This wasn't happening across town with a stranger. This was happening in your spaces, your home, your gatherings, your celebrations. They were betraying you in rooms where you all laughed together, ate together, prayed together. Every family dinner, every friendly hangout, every holiday celebration, you thought you were building memories with people who loved you. But they were building a secret relationship while using you as cover. Your presence was their alibi. Your trust was their shield. The gaslighting torture. And whenever your intuition raised flags, they gaslighted you. You're imagining things. You're insecure. You're being dramatic. You're ruining a good friendship/family bond with your suspicions. They made you doubt your own perception, question your own sanity, feel guilty for having the very intuition that was trying to protect you. This gaslighting is spiritual abuse. It's not just lying, it's making you distrust your own God-given discernment. It's severing your connection to your intuition, the very gift Allah gave you to navigate danger. Type "They made me doubt myself" if you've been gaslighted into questioning your own intuition. Section 4, The Identity Reveal. Now we arrive at the moment you've been dreading and needing simultaneously. Who is the affair partner? Who is this person that's been sharing sinful intimacy with someone you trust? Let me reveal it with devastating clarity. The reveal: their secret affair partner is your close family member or your closest friend, someone you never imagined could betray you this way. This is not a distant acquaintance. This is not a coworker you barely know. This is someone woven into the fabric of your daily life. And the specificity of who they are makes the betrayal even more crushing. For some of you, it's your sibling, your brother or sister, someone you grew up with, someone who knows your history, your vulnerabilities, your dreams, someone who sat at your wedding or celebrated your relationship publicly. And behind all those smiles, all those family gatherings, all those "I'm so happy for you" statements, they've been sleeping with your partner. The family gatherings you hosted? They were using your bathroom, your guest room, your private spaces for their secret encounters. The holidays you spent together? They were stealing moments, exchanging touches, carrying on their affair while you prepared meals and tried to create happy memories. For others, it's your best friend. The person you've confided everything to. The person you called when you had doubts about your relationship. The person you trusted with your intimate details, your struggles, your vulnerabilities. And they used every piece of information you shared to get closer to your partner. They knew exactly what your partner complained about because you told them. They knew your weak spots because you shared them. They knew your schedule, your habits, your blind spots. And they exploited every single piece of privileged information to facilitate this affair. For some, it's your trusted family friend or godparent. Someone older, someone you respected, someone you gave access to your home and family because you trusted their wisdom and character. And they violated that sacred trust in the most intimate way possible. The devastating pattern of this specific betrayal. Look back now with clear eyes. How often were these two conveniently in the same place? How many times did one make excuses to be near the other? How frequently did they volunteer to help each other with errands or tasks? How many private conversations did they have that you interrupted? How many glances did they exchange that you told yourself were innocent? The evidence was everywhere. You saw it but refused to believe what you were seeing because the implications were too horrific to accept. The specific signs to confirm. If you want confirmation right now, try this. Casually mention to one that you're planning to confront the other about something unrelated. Watch their panic. They'll immediately warn the other person. Within hours, you'll notice sudden communication between them. A preemptive conversation where they try to clear the air. A defensive posture that's disproportionate to what you said. This reaction pattern confirms the secret alliance, the need to coordinate stories, the fear of exposure. If you know exactly who the affair partner is, type "I know both betrayers" in the comments. Section 5. The Confrontation and Recovery Protocol. Now that the truth is revealed, let me give you the Confrontation and Recovery Protocol, specific steps to handle this double betrayal with dignity and protect your healing. Action 1. Gather evidence before confronting. Do not confront based on intuition alone. Spend 7 to 10 days quietly gathering evidence. Check phone records if accessible. Call/text patterns. Note times both were unavailable simultaneously. Document behavioral changes with dates. Screenshot any suspicious social media activity. Talk to neutral third parties who might have noticed. Evidence serves two purposes: it prevents gaslighting during confrontation, and it helps you trust your perception when they try to make you doubt it. Action 2. The Sacred Confrontation. When you confront, do it with both present if possible. Not in anger, though anger is valid, but in controlled truth-seeking. I know about the affair between you two. I have evidence. I'm not asking if it happened, I know it did. What I want now is the truth about how long, how far, and why. Watch their initial reactions. Denial is expected. But maintain your ground. I'm not crazy. I'm not paranoid. I know. And you owe me the truth. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught, truth leads to righteousness, and righteousness leads to paradise. Demand truth, not because they deserve to give it, but because you deserve to receive it. Action 3, cut off both completely. This is non-negotiable. You cannot heal while maintaining connection with either betrayer. Both must be removed from your life completely. Block on all platforms. No closure conversations that become manipulation opportunities. No mutual friends carrying messages. No family pressure to forgive and forget before you're ready. If the affair partner is family, you create permanent boundaries. No private interactions, no attendance at events where they'll both be present, no access to your home or life. Family relationship can be civil from a distance, but never intimate again. Action 4, spiritual cleansing. This betrayal has left spiritual contamination in your space and spirit. You need cleansing. Pray for purification. Allah, cleanse my heart from the poison of betrayal, my home from the energy of sin, my spirit from the trauma of deception. If possible, physically rearrange or cleanse spaces where you know they spent time together. Seek counsel from a trusted spiritual advisor or therapist. Engage in Quranic recitation and dhikr to restore your spiritual equilibrium. The Quran promises in Surah At-Talaq, and whoever fears Allah, He will make for him a way out and will provide for him from where he does not expect. Your healing will come from unexpected sources. Action 5, rebuild your trust compass. The hardest work is internal, learning to trust your intuition again. This betrayal happened because you overrode your gut instinct. Moving forward, honor your discomfort instead of dismissing it. Trust your off feelings even without concrete evidence. Don't allow anyone to gaslight you into doubting your perception. Build relationships slowly, with earned trust rather than assumed trust. Your intuition was right. Don't punish it by continuing to ignore it. Type "I choose healing over bitterness" in the comments to activate this protocol. Closing bridge. This double betrayal, the affair between your trusted person and someone in your inner circle, is one of the deepest wounds a human can experience. But it is not the end of your story. There's a second video on my channel you must watch immediately, Betrayal Recovery, Rebuilding Identity After Double Trust Violation. In it, I reveal how to reconstruct your sense of self, your ability to trust, and your capacity for joy after betrayal that shattered your foundation. Click my channel right now. Find that video. Watch it completely. Your recovery depends on understanding that this betrayal defines them, not you. Final engagement. Type "Amen" if you're ready to face truth and begin healing. Subscribe for continued support through the recovery journey ahead. Share this with someone whose intuition has been screaming but they've been too afraid to listen. You didn't deserve this. This is not your fault. Their sin is not your shame. And you will survive this, not just survive, but emerge stronger, wiser, more connected to your intuition than ever before. The truth is painful. But it's also liberating. Now you know. Now you can heal. Now you can rebuild on a foundation of truth rather than lies. Go watch that second video now. Your recovery begins today. Type "I choose healing" and watch the second video now.